Okay, hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. This is technically part 2 of a 2-part live stream. Stream ended prematurely, so if you happen to be watching this one, I've actually done a lot of troubleshooting in part 1 and things should be a lot better now in terms of connectivity and everything. And then about ends my stream, that stopped it, and that's why we had to start up a second one. Anyway, if you didn't catch part 1, let's do a little bit of an intro. So here in Parnell for the Festival of Roses, it's held once a year, the first or second Sunday of November. The event runs, at least this time, from 11 AM until 4 PM. And it's currently about 2:28, so I've got about 90 minutes until things will wrap up, or the stalls and whatnot will close. But the roses here, they're open 24/7, you can come in any time, and the roses are the main attraction. Taking a few photos in part 1 of the roses, so I could try to take a few now. Okay, first photo. Maybe we'll check out the stalls and things, and then we'll come back to the roses, since there's a little time left. I'll just go over how you get here as well. If you're to drive, there's some parking, but you could be doing a lot of circles, a lot of hunting around to find a car park. You definitely can't park in front unless you're really lucky, someone's leaving and you manage to get their car park. Now for me, I got here by bus. Buses run about every half hour on a Sunday. And you can catch it from Common Street in the city, which is just off Fort Street. And is it Key Street or Custom Street? Yeah. So pretty central. Catch a 755 or 775 bus from there, and then you'll stop right here where those yellow dotted lines are. 755. And then you can catch the bus back into the city over there, just across the road. So they've got a lot of markets, a lot of food vendors, you name it. And of course, the roses.
Shall I just accept that?
Organic and Z. Parnell Farmers Market. Lots of activities, free ones to do. Baskets, hats to buy. Yeah, puppies over here. Oh, one of them's up. Got all this to check out as well. We'll come back. More dogs? Ah, more dogs. So the bigger puppies. Saving Hope. Rescue, rehab and rehome. And is this the same? I think it's the same. They have airports. Okay. Carry on. Craft store. So for the little ones. Let's go check out the food places. We've been through it a couple of times, but kind of briefly. What's over here? Hidden disabilities. Quiet pop-up zone. Oh, okay. I'll leave that one. Max. Alcohol free, I think. Twice.
Gotta carry it in one hand.
Okay. This is where they would have music playing before, unless I missed it. Oh, picnic area, that's right. Plant bar. iPhone speeds are slow. Very slow. Temperature. How's the iPhone?
My dad's friends. Oh, yeah.
No fire icons. Oh, I wonder if it's the Belabox.
Bit diversity.
$61 degrees. It's a bit tasty. Hi everyone, welcome to the third video in the series where we'll be covering everything you need to know about IRL live streaming. Today we're going to look at video and how it works in terms of IRL and live streaming as a whole. We'll be covering topics like video codecs, transport protocols, bandwidth, and how they affect each other. These are important topics that will affect you regardless of what kind of live streaming you do. Let's start with a broad overview of how every live streamer sends their videos somewhere else, whether that's a middleman service or streaming platform. It's basically the same for both. And if you see my last video, we're covering lots of new concepts in this one. Okay, all live streamers have these four components in common. A camera, a way to capture the video, a video encoder, and a way to send the video over the internet. For example, someone who live streams from home with their computer might have a mirrorless camera, an Elgato capture card, or a webcam that does both. They might stream with OBS Studio, where you can change the video encoder settings, and then connect it to the internet with a cable, and definitely not Wi-Fi. An IRL live streamer has the exact same core parts. Their IRL gear is basically a mobile computer. For example, an IRL backpack might have a Sony AS300, Elgato capture card, Belabox, and a Nighthawk. And all I need for my phone is an app like IRL Pro. Same core parts. Most of the parts are pretty straightforward, so let's look a bit further at what the video encoder does in all this, which is to render and encode the original raw video into a smaller one. There's more to it which we'll get into. Now rendering is usually a separate thing, but for IRL it's kind of lumped together with encoding. Rendering can be described as combining all the visual and audible elements to create a video. For Belabox, that would be the video and audio from the Sony, but can also be an overlay that shows dynamic bitrate information. The Belabox combines or renders all these elements and passes them to the encoder, which is also a part of the Belabox hardware and software. Encoding can be described as the process of compressing that rendered video into something smaller called a video codec. Some common examples include H.264 and H.265, which is a setting you'll find in every live streaming app, whether that's OBS or IRL Pro. The difference between these codecs is in efficiency, as the newer technology, H.265, can save up to 50%. Okay, so battery on the Action 4 is 1%. It might turn off. I think it's all opening for the low battery. Might have to RTMP. Yeah, back right. My previous stall catching up. Ouch. Okay, can you use disconnect protection with IRL? Yes, you can. bandwidth and storage space. For example, in a previous video I switched from using H.264 to H.265 in this mobile app, and the BMR went down from 3000 to 1500. Similar results, less bandwidth needed, better for the live stream. Keep in mind your IRL gear and middleman services, if you have one, are both rendering and encoding two versions of the same thing. For example, the Belabox is rendering and encoding an IRL broadcast with an overlay showing bitrate information. It's delivered to a middleman service called Belabox Cloud and can then be relayed to a home PC with OBS installed. OBS can render the same video with its own overlays, then encode it again for sending to the streaming platform. There's one more thing I want to cover for today, and that's the delivery method of your live stream video, which is called a Video Streaming Transport Protocol, or Protocol. Some common examples for IRL are RTMP and SRT. Basically, it makes the video watchable on the receiver's end with as little disruption as possible. RTMP is what most streaming platforms allow when you stream to them directly, with SRT becoming an emerging favorite for IRL and what we'll be using in this series of videos. I think it's important to know the difference between the two, so let's bring everything together with the analogy of a delivery service. Think of your IRL video as a huge order that can only be sent in smaller packets. The encoder makes what would have been decent sized packets to even smaller ones. Protocol is like a courier van that picks up and delivers one of these packets. RTMP might take the most direct route, which won't necessarily be the fastest, and it won't do anything if any of the packets get lost on the way, while SRT will try to find the most efficient route possible and has a mechanism for handling lost or late packets. There's more to both, but that's a rabbit hole I'll leave for you to explore on your own. Finally, we're going to pretend your internet bandwidth is like a cartoon road that continually changes its width to wide and narrow. Initially, the road might be fine for our proverbial delivery vans, but any of them can be lost if the road gets too small or cuts off completely. Let's bring things back with a real-world example. Let's say you wanted to live stream directly to Twitch from your home computer using OBS. You look up the Twitch website where they currently only support streaming to them using RTMP, and RTMP only works with H.264. In OBS, you pop these into the video encoder settings and you're good to go. Both RTMP and H.264 are solid. They've been around forever, and since you're streaming directly to Twitch from your home internet, you've got a pretty reliable connection. Think of it as a massive road for the delivery of your video packets, with the width of the road barely changing. Take this same example and apply it to one of the apps I mentioned earlier on a mobile phone. The difference is the road will be a lot smaller with the width all over the place. It might be fine 1 second, then completely dead the next. RTMP and H.264 will take the most direct route and will do fine most of the time. And this is one of the reasons why you want to leverage the power of a middleman service like a computer at home. Your mobile phone can broadcast your video using H.265 and SRT to your home computer in what should be the most efficient way possible. Of course, you can always mix things up, like H.264 and SRT to your home computer, and from there OBS can render, encode, and send what Twitch needs. Hopefully this is starting to make sense, but we'll call it there for now. You know what to do, watch this video 3 more times, then do the thing and the other thing. Any questions, pop them in the comments, but for now, I'll see you next time. Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in a series. We'll be covering everything you need to know about IRL live streaming. In the last couple of videos I showed you how to set up the streaming apps you need for your phone and home PC, and how to stream with 2 phones and bond multiple connections using Belabox Cloud. Today I'm going to show you how to set up disconnect protection with NoAlps, which is an auto scene switching app for OBS. It monitors your connection or bitrate thanks to Belabox Cloud, and automatically switches OBS between your live, low bitrate and offline scenes for you. With NoAlps you can also control, start and stop your stream with chat commands and more, all of which we'll get into. But if you're checking out my channel for the first time, watch the other videos in the series because I've already done a lot of the groundwork to get you to this point. Okay, the first step is to open the IRL Live folder from Part 5 and add a new subfolder called NoAlps. Then to one side, open the GitHub page and navigate to this quick start guide, link in the description, and download the latest binary from releases. Depending on whatever OS you're on, go with one of the first 4 download links. I'm on Windows, so I'll be downloading this one here with MSVC in the name. For Mac you have this one for newer Macs with an M1 or M2 chip, or this one for Macs with an Intel chip. Extract the file into the NoAlps folder we just made, dig into the NoAlps subfolders where you find noalps.exe, right-click the file and create a shortcut. Move the shortcut to the topmost folder, IRL Live, and rename it to NoAlps. If you open the app now, you get a page full of errors like this, and that's because we haven't configured the settings. Close the NoAlps window because we'll come back to it later, but keep the GitHub page open to one side. Go back to the quick start guide and this link for configure NoAlps. For my part, I'm going to cover what you need to get up and running, but for everything else, you'll find an in-depth explanation of how this all works on their GitHub. I highly recommend you refer to it often, especially while you're trying to figure this stuff out on your own. For now, we're going to configure the part of NoAlps that handles chat notifications on Twitch. This is how you, as the live streamer, will know what's happening with the stream, like what scene you're currently on. Go back to the NoAlps subfolder and open the env file with a plain text editor. For Twitch bot username, enter the name of the account you want to use for chat notifications. This can be your main Twitch account, but they recommend using a bot account or an extra account you're not using for this. A bot account can be named anything, but I've renamed mine to Cliff Creates Bot, so it's clear what it is for my viewers. When you're entering the name, make sure there's no spaces like in this example here. We'll leave the other field empty for now and come back to it in a sec. Go back to the Configure NoAlps page on GitHub where you'll find this link to connect NoAlps with your Twitch account. Basically, you'll be giving NoAlps permission to send messages on your behalf, like when OBS has changed scenes to BRB and back again. Before you proceed, make sure you've logged into a browser profile with whichever account you want to use for chat notifications. This can be your main Twitch or an extra account to keep things separate. I'm already using a browser window where I'm logged in as my bot, so when you're logged in and ready, tap on the link and connect button. After the page is reloaded, copy the password from the text field, then go back to the env file. Paste the password after twitchbot equals, double checking you haven't doubled up on the word O. After the equals symbol, like in this example, simply delete the extra O and colon. Save and close the file, but be very careful not to change the file type from env, otherwise you'll have to start over. From memory, this was easier to do on a Mac. The next step is to configure the part of NoAlps that handles everything else, like what scenes in OBS are for live, low bitrate, privacy mode, your stream server, chat command settings, and more. This is all handled by the config.json file in the NoAlps subfolder. But before we start configuring things, make a backup copy and name it config backup.json. You'll need this just in case and for reference. The smallest typo in what we're going to be doing can break NoAlps, and it might be easier to start over using the backup file. Anyway, after creating the backup, open the main config.json file, not the backup, with a plain text editor, Notepad++, Visual Code, or whatever works for you. From the top, change only the following fields, leaving everything else with their default settings. You can change them later if you want. For the user section and name, replace the existing text 715209 with your username, then scroll down. For the switching scene section, replace live with the Cam1 scene in OBS. Likewise, low with the LBR scene in OBS, and BRB with the BRB scene in OBS. For the stream server section, you're going to use the Belabox Cloud settings from last time. Open a browser window and log into your Belabox Cloud account. Go to SRT Relays along the top and select the SRT Relay account for your primary streaming phone. It should be the first one. Scroll down to NoAlps v2 configuration and you'll notice the text there starts with stream servers and is followed by a square bracket and ends with another square bracket. Copy the text. Go back to the config file and remove the entire section inside the square brackets. So what's left over should look like this: stream servers in quotation marks, colon, square bracket, square bracket. If you've done this correctly, the line above should be about your BRB scene and the one below should be about software. If it's different, you've probably removed too little or too much. Undo if you can, otherwise you might have to start over. If things match up, replace the leftover lines with the text you just copied from Belabox Cloud. For the software section, you're going to add your WebSocket server info from OBS Studio. Host should be localhost. More on this later. Password is your server password in OBS. Port is your server port in OBS. Collections can be a profile and scene collections in OBS if you got one for Twitch and another for Kick, but we're going to leave this for now. For the chat section, replace the username 715209 with your username. Replace admins back with your username. You can add more later. Commands are some of the commands you and your mods can type in chat to fix your stream, get your current bitrate, etc. With user permissions assigning who can use them. Replace 715209 with your username. For the optional scene section, these are non-auto switching scenes that you can have OBS switch to using a chat command. Starting is your starting soon scene in OBS. Replace starting with scene starting soon. Ending is your ending soon scene in OBS. Replace ending with scene ending soon. Privacy is your privacy scene in OBS. Replace privacy with scene privacy. Refresh is a command that refreshes the media source in OBS, fixing any potential stream issues. You don't need a scene in OBS for this. And with that, you can save and close the config file. Double tap to open the exe, and if you get a warning, click on more info to run anyway. If all goes to plan and there haven't been any major changes to NOAB since I made this video, you should be good to go. Now if you get a page full of errors again, it could be for any of the following reasons. Make sure WebSocket server in OBS is checked or enabled. Check for typos in the env and JSON file. If you get an error saying fail to connect to OBS WebSocket plugin, close NOABs, open the config file and double check host is set to localhost and not your server IP in OBS, then reopen. If you get the not able to switch waiting for scene switch to a switchable scene error, this is perfectly normal when you're on a non-auto switching scene like starting soon, ending soon or privacy. It should change to switcher running once you're on one of the other scenes like Cam 1 or BRB. If you go to BRB and can't come back to the Cam 1 scene, check if you're actually broadcasting from your phone, then try closing out of your IRL app completely, then going live again. The fix command, which we'll cover in a sec, might also work. Also, if you've got an existing way to manually go to the BRB scene, you'll notice it auto switches back to the Cam 1 scene if your connection's actually okay. That's why you'll need a separate scene for this, or maybe stop streaming from your phone so it goes to the scene naturally, or use the privacy scene for quick breaks. Hopefully by this point you'll have NOABs working without errors. The next step is to learn some of the chat commands available to you. Starting switches OBS to your starting soon scene, but doesn't actually start streaming to Twitch or wherever. It's more like the holding page for when you're ready to go live. Also notice how my bot is keeping us updated on what scene we're currently on. This is handy when you're IRL because you can't always rely on your stream preview if you're watching it on another phone. Sometimes it can be delayed for you, but fine for your viewers. Start is what you'd use for OBS to actually start streaming to Twitch. I have bandwidth mode enabled so I can test this command without actually going live to my viewers. Live is what you'd use to switch to your Cam 1 scene in OBS. So basically you'd use these three commands one after the other. Bitrate is what you'd use to get your current bitrate so you can troubleshoot any possible connection issues. Refresh and fix are commands you use to fix your stream. Privacy switches to your privacy scene in OBS, ending to your ending soon in OBS, and stop for OBS to stop streaming to Twitch. So you basically use these two commands one after the other as well. To manually go to the BRB scene, stop broadcasting from your IRL app and start broadcasting when you're back. There's commands of all sorts which you'll find on the GitHub. But let's say you'd like to extend what NOABs can do, like using a chat command that can change to almost any non-auto switching scene you want, or a way to activate filters or overlays in a specific order. I'll be covering how to do this in one of these videos right here. This video for PC owners and this one for Mac and PC. Please like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you over there or maybe over there. Hey guys, I'm in the process of redoing my studio. Most of it's been packed away since the move. I've got the new microphone here. What do you think? Do you notice an improvement? Was it fine or just a phone? There should be a bump in the quality. Anyway, on to today's topic, which is Restream. Which, after trying a couple of plugins, I think Restream is currently the best way to multi-stream to a platform like Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. And here's why. When you update the title, it's applied to all the platforms at once. When you start live streaming, in particular IRL live streaming with OBS, it actually works. YouTube, for example, usually requires a broadcast and schedule first. With Restream, you can just tap the start streaming button and you're good to go. Also, Restream can merge the chat for all the platforms so you can read them off your phone screen and more. Firstly, I'm going to recommend you stream to Twitch and then to another platform like Kick and YouTube. Even if you don't care for Twitch, it has the most third-party app support compared to the others. This is especially important for us as IRL live streamers because some of the things I've covered on this channel, like disconnect protection, controlling OBS remotely, chat commands and notifications, they rely on Twitch integration to work. Restream has a couple of premium plans to choose from, but their free account should do for our needs with a limit of 2 channels or platforms you can stream to. You can sign up by going to their website and using an email and password, or by signing in with your Google or Facebook account. I've already done this, so I'll just sign in. On the homepage, you can add your channels. You'll notice I've added 3, Kick, Twitch and YouTube, but can only use 2 at a time. So if I turn off YouTube, I can enable Kick. Whatever channels you enable here are the platforms you'll be streaming to when you go live. To start using Restream, open OBS, Settings and Stream. On the Service drop-down box near the top, select Restream and Connect Account. Sign in with your details from earlier, after which a couple of Restream docs will be added to OBS. Stream information, Restream channels and integrated chat. Dock these into OBS in whatever way works for you. This just happens to be the layout I prefer. Before going live, open the Restream channels doc and update titles. Double check the channels you want to stream to are enabled. If you'll be streaming to YouTube, make sure it's set to public. Start broadcasting from your IRL app to the Cam 1 scene in OBS. Then use Belabox, Moblin or OBS Blade to start streaming in OBS. Restream will handle the rest for you. I should point out there's no bandwidth test mode with Restream, so when you go live, you'll definitely go live on Twitch as well. I guess the closest thing to it is an unlisted stream to YouTube, which you can set within the Restream channels doc. Just make sure you've disabled the other channels first. Now you're probably wondering how you can read chat from all these platforms while you're IRL without access to OBS and its handy dandy chat doc. Open the chat settings, embed and stream, tap on this copy button and send the chat link you just copied to your phone in whatever secure way works for you. Then open an IRL app like Streamcast Pro, go into the settings, overlays, web widget, and this plus button to add a new web overlay. Give your overlay a name and paste the chat link in the URL field. You can tweak the other settings later. Then tap on the add button to save your new web widget. To enable it, go into the settings, overlays, web widgets, or if you're using Larix, Streamcaster or IRL Pro, you can enable it from the quick actions menu on the main page. Now, if you're wondering, the steps are basically the same for all of these apps. But if you're using Moblin, their approach to overlays is a little bit different, especially while you're on the front or selfie camera. But this could change in a future update. For now, I recommend using their default chat system, which works really well for Twitch and Kick. Go into settings, streams, the stream you'll be using, scroll down the list until you get to chat and viewers. For Twitch, add your channel name and channel ID. For Kick, it's your channel name. For YouTube, you'll need a video ID, which is the last part of your live stream's URL. If you have a second phone and it's also an iPhone, you can hand off the video ID from one device to the other. But it might be easier to have the YouTube app open on a second phone and read the chat that way instead. And that should about do it for today's video. If you have any questions or if there's anything I might have missed out, let me know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe because
My name is Jeff.
Thanks for watching, and maybe check out this other video over here. If you've been trying to live stream with the DJI Action 4 to a platform like Kick, Twitch or YouTube, then this is the video for you. The method I'll be sharing with you works for any platform. I have to read my script for this one. I attempted several tests during a recent live stream, opting for one phone setup to keep things simple. The Action 4, my S23 Ultra, and the Mimo app, which is available for Android and iOS. S23 has a mobile hotspot feature which the Action 4 can connect to, but check with your mobile provider to see if this is available. Once I was able to live stream, I'd swipe out of the Mimo app as it can run in the background, then over to the Kick app or IRL Link app to check the stream and read live chat. Also during the test stream I had my iPhone streaming a POV of what I was doing. I'm planning to use my home PC setup for a later test with the Action 4, so I had to stream direct to Twitch using H.264 and RTMP with no bonding, meaning this other stream was vulnerable to dropouts. I fully expected it to be broken up into multiple videos, but you'll be surprised how well it did. Okay, here's the tests I performed in order. The first stream was direct to Kick. The second stream was direct to Restream in order to multi-stream to Kick and YouTube. Remember, the iPhone was already streaming to Twitch, so I couldn't multi-stream to all three without ending the first one. The third stream was relayed through an RTMP endpoint to my computer at home. All these services provide a stream URL and stream key you can use for your mobile app. Here's the results. The first stream wouldn't work. Maybe it's because the Mimo app doesn't support RTMP-S, which is what Kick uses. For the second stream, the audio was okay to Kick. Welcome everyone, welcome to this bonus live stream. But for YouTube, welcome everyone, welcome to this bonus live stream. I think this might have to do with multi-streaming with an action camera and an external mic. And the third stream was the only one that worked without any flaws. YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Hi everyone. Say hello to each other, wave. Go give us a follow and all the things. During this test, the iPhone stream to Twitch worked for over 4 hours. No disconnects, no audio issues, which is why I'm a big advocate for phone streaming. Just saying. Anyway, here's what you'll need. First, you'll need an RTMP endpoint from IRL hosting. Sign up or log into your account. I've already done that. I'm going to just go over to this tab, scroll down and copy the OBS ingest. Then open OBS, add a new scene if necessary. I've got one called Scene Cam 1 and a media source called Source Cam 1. To add a media source, you can either right click add, then find media source from the list. Alternatively, there's this plus button and then find media source. So I've already done that and renamed it to Source Cam 1. Now double click on it to bring up the properties. Firstly, we're going to uncheck local file. Then we're going to change the network buffering from 2 to 1. For input, we're going to paste the OBS ingest URL from IRL hosting. And for input format, we're going to type RTMP. For reconnect delay, we're going to change that from 10 to 5. And scroll down a little. For close file when inactive, I'm going to check or tick to enable it. When you're done, click OK. I'm going to go back to IRL hosting and copy the RTMP URL for the phone. Select the text and then copy, and then we'll bring up the phone. For the phone, we're going to enable hotspot mode. I'm going to go into the settings, connections, mobile hotspot and tethering. Mobile hotspot, we're going to enable that. Go into mobile hotspot, and then for this setting, which is for the band, we want 5 GHz preferred. Take a note of your network name and password. You can change the band here. Save if you need to, otherwise we can cancel. Everything looks good there. You can open up the Memo app. You want to grab your Action 4, make sure that's powered on. Scroll to the bottom, tap on this camera icon. It's looking good so far. Connect. Once you're connected, you can swipe over to live stream. Tap on RTMP, start live stream settings. Okay, for select network, it's already done that for us. What you would normally do, there's a button to connect manually. You can enter in your Wi-Fi name, in which case we've noted those down from the hotspot settings. So we're already connected, just going to close out of that. For enter RTMP URL, that's where you'll paste the details from IRL hosting, and that is the RTMP URL. So we're just going to paste that in. For the other settings, I'm going to use 1080p, for stream quality HD, and for EIS, electronic image stabilization, I usually go with either Rocksteady or Horizon Balancing. Tap on the start live stream button when you're ready to go live. So let's try that now. Things looking good here, and with the broadcast from the Action 4 and OBS, I'd use Restream to multi-stream to Kick, Twitch or YouTube, and I'd control OBS like when to start and stop streaming, change scenes and more with StreamerBot using Twitch chat commands. There's lots of other options I've talked about on my channel, links in the description. For disconnect protection, add an image or muted video clip below the media source in OBS, or I found Loopy SETUP works with this kind of setup if it's the primary live or cam 1 scene in the config file. For more info on how to set up Loopy SETUP for your live or cam 1 scene, check out this video right over here. For more info on how to set up Loopy, the third stream was relayed through an RTM endpoint, through an RTMP. Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to auto switch between two phones with Loopy SETUP. If you're new to my channel, check out the other videos in this series because I've already done a lot of the groundwork to get you to this point. Okay, the first step is to open OBS and add a new Cam 2 scene and source like in this example here. The only difference from part 5 is that the port number is now 4456. Next up, add a Cam 1 plus 2 scene with Cam 1 and Cam 2 as nested scenes like in this other example here. This is your picture-in-picture scene and how I've set mine up, but you can rearrange them in whatever way works for you. The next step is to make the same port forwarding, firewall and VPN allowances you did in part 6 for port 4455 and apply them also to port 4456. To elaborate on what you'll be doing, when you broadcast with your primary streaming phone using port 4455, it's routed to the Cam 1 scene in OBS, and when you broadcast with your second phone using port 4456, it's routed to the Cam 2 scene in OBS. But at the moment, we've only got the receiving end or OBS side of things sorted. Grab your second phone, not your primary streaming phone, then download and install an IRL app for whatever operating system it has, Android or iOS. Next, add a new connection or stream named SRT Local using the same settings from Part 5 except the port number of 4456. Test the connection, then do the same for SRT Remote from Part 6. Now all we're missing is the auto switching changes we need to make in Loop SRT. Open the config file from Part 7, then scroll down a bit to the multi-camera switch section. For multi-camera switch, replace false with true. If you were to try opening Loop SRT, you'll get this test 8 error. Read through the message carefully, then back to the config file, and this line for media source 2, which is the Cam 2 media source. Replace media source 2 with source Cam 2. If you try opening Loop SRT again, you get this test 10 error. Like before, read through the message carefully. Go back to the multi-camera switch section where you'll find title scene 1, which is your Cam 1 scene. Replace main with scene Cam 1. Title scene 2 is your Cam 2 scene. Replace main 2 with scene Cam 2. Then title scene 1 2, which is your Cam 1 plus 2 scene. Replace main 1 plus 2 with scene Cam 1 plus 2. Done. This time around, Loop SRT should have switched OBS to your starting scene, and this is good. Let's do a couple checks to make sure everything's working. Start and stop a broadcast from one phone, then the other, and both at the same time. Loop SRT should handle the automatic scene switching between all three scenes for you. Pretty cool, right? And it should work whether you're on SRT Local or SRT Remote. Troubleshooting. Make sure WebSocket server in OBS is checked or enabled. Check for typos in the config file. In OBS, check the source Cam 1 port is 4455 and the source Cam 2 port is 4456. Make sure port forwarding has been set up properly for both ports 4455 and 4456 and that your VPN and firewall software aren't blocking the connection. Just do what you did in Part 6 to get the SRT remote connection for port 4455 to also work for port 4456 and you should be good to go. Finally, make sure you're using the correct connection, SRT Local or SRT Remote for both phones and you don't mix and match connections. And with that, you have enabled automatic scene switching for a 2-phone setup using Loop SRT. In the next video, I'll be showing you a few ways to improve your live stream bandwidth with connection bonding. You'll find that video right over here. Please do the thing and the other thing because the algorithm. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello everyone, how's it going? Hopefully you're all doing well and enjoying the new setup that I've got for videos. In today's video I want to talk to you about my favorite gear for IRL, in particular screen sharing, gameplay such as Pokemon Go, YouTube, Discord, etc. And I'll show you what the gear is, although you would have seen it already in the thumbnail. But this is what I'm working with. Might look like a bit much. I do have a low-key version of this, which we'll get to in a little bit. Let's see, where do we begin? Firstly, I like that we've got a phone up here, and this is what I would use as my web camera. Because I'm running Android on this phone, this is a S23 Ultra, I would have IRL Pro streaming back to my computer at home. We would have the face cam, or we could have the back camera. With this version of IRL Pro, I can do picture-in-picture. I can also read a chat on the screen rather than having to look down at a different phone to read the chat. IRL Pro also gives you the ability to bond with another device. So I could be connected to the Wi-Fi of this phone down here, which is the iPhone 11. We've got the gimbal, Hohem iSteady V3. This one lasts up to about 10 hours, depending if you're using the AI face tracker, which works in any app. We've got a light here that's going to help with the focusing, because in low light, focusing tends to fall apart. Press and hold this orange button, which is down the side down here, to turn on the light, without having to add anything extra to our gear. This particular gimbal can extend. You can tilt it forward, tilt it back. If you put it down flat like this and it's still at a tilted angle, readjust it back so it's flat. If I wanted to put the gimbal down and then still control where it's pointed without using face tracking, then we got the remote control. 1, 2, 3. Press and hold, light on. Press and hold, light off. One thing I've left out is the audio. Now I do recommend using a wireless mic. There's a couple of different mics that I've used. The Lanzy J12, still love that microphone. Hololens Liking 2, great mic. Recently I've been using a mic called the DJI Mic Mini. I've got both microphones, the Hololens and also the DJI Mic Mini, attached to this necklace thing to make it as even as possible for the two mics. I've jumped into OBS, turned off the EQ. The only filter we have enabled is the limiter inside of OBS. So it's just going to make sure the audio won't clip. We're currently using the DJI mic mini receiver that's plugged into the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. The Hohem iSteady V3 is our gimbal for today. And then when I switch to the other phone, iPhone 11, that has the Holyland receiver plugged into it. Now I've just turned off the app on this phone, so we're no longer broadcasting from here. Switch to Cam 2, which would just be the iPhone. And of course the iPhone is using the Holyland Larkin 2. I think the receiver could be a little smaller, a little more flush like the other wireless receivers, but in terms of the audio quality, it is currently my favorite. Actually, I'll just go grab that. So 1 second. This is the one that comes with 2 transmitters, the charging case, and a receiver. So I'm just going to plug the receiver into the Samsung, like so, and then we'll grab our microphone. And I have it under my shirt with just a magnet on the outside at an angle towards my mouth. Up here, my mini receiver does supply pass-through charging. Got some feet from another Hohem gimbal. We have a quick release mount and also a phone holder. So what I love about this particular setup is it gives me the ability to tilt the phone in a very specific up and down motion. Sometimes these types of things will have a ball head and it's very loose, so you can almost position it in any direction. I only want it to go up and down, so that restricts that type of movement for this phone. That way, a little bit this way, a little bit that way, you know, see what I mean? So all you really need is a good angle for you to be able to control the gameplay and also keep an eye on your chat as well. I can have one hand free. I can look down at the gameplay, I can let it sort of do its thing and go, okay, no, the game looks fine, let's just keep walking, we'll do a Pokemon route. If I need to play the game, then I can just sort of, you know, do whatever down here. Most people might see this part of the setup, which just looks like a selfie stick. Okay, so we'll move on to a more low-key version of this. The alternative would be to use these two things. You definitely won't draw much attention to yourself. Stabilization probably won't be as good. You won't be able to look at your gameplay at a glance, but this is what you could use. We have a basic tripod. You can extend this out a little bit. So you can use it as a camera grip. There's a Bluetooth remote control over here. Use that button, wireless mic under here. Camera, if you need to grab the gameplay, do your thing. Links in the description if you were interested in any of these things. Otherwise, I'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you to these awesome people for supporting the channel. See you next time. How can I use a power bank and a Holyland mic at once with an iPhone 12? Now I have the Holyland Larkin 2. If you have an older iPhone like I do, the 11 or the 12, then you have a receiver which comes with a lightning plug that plugs into your phone. In the bottom part, to keep your phone charged, there is a USB-C port. So you would plug from your power bank into here, maintain your good audio, and also keep your phone charged. This particular kit comes with the USB-C receiver. So same sort of deal, got a USB-C plug that plugs into the bottom of your phone, and then on one side we have the USB-C port that you plug your power bank into. I do want to point out that it doesn't supply fast charging. Okay, quick update. I just ran a couple of tests using my battery bank and 3 different ways of charging my phone. So the first way I used the cable straight to the phone. Yes, I was able to get fast charging. The second way was using the pass-through port, and that worked. And the third way was using a magnetic charging adapter and cable, and I was able to get fast charging that way as well. So I think the reason why I couldn't get it to work before is because the port on my computer wasn't able to supply fast charging. So I think the key thing here in order to get fast charging with the Holyland Larkin 2 is to make sure the battery bank, also the USB-C cable, is able to supply the fast charging. So with that, I think we've answered the point there, right? We're using a new microphone which I did an unboxing for last week, and that is the Holyland Larkin 2. So we'll be testing that microphone out. Let's switch out the audio to the inbuilt microphone. We should now be the internal line. And of course the iPhone is using the Holyland Larkin 2. One of my favorite accessories is this magnetic necklace and the transmitter for the Holyland Larkin 2 attached. So if I needed to detach it, I just simply pull it off and then I could speak directly into the transmitter like this. Great if you got a lot of background noise. So if you can like live stream on YouTube, every little bit helps. So you can easily do that with this microphone that you can't with others. I think this is probably the least weird way of wearing it. It just looks like a necklace. It could be, I don't know, keepsake or whatever. Not a real big fan of the fur windshield. I wish they could come out with one which is a little more low-key, magnetic even. They could sell a separate accessory that just attaches to where the actual microphone part of it is, but it does a really good job. It does cut out a lot of that wind noise, so if that's what you're wanting, I really love a transmitter. It is so small. Without the fairy windshield on it, it is basically a button, and we've got a magnet on the other side. You can stick it to your shirt, and then your microphone attaches like this. When the receiver is plugged into my phone, I can actually see which mic is connected. One of those lights is green, which means that this microphone is connected. So it's nice to be able to just look at my phone and be able to see, oh, okay, my mic is connected. And also because it's green color, the noise reduction is on. Maybe we should try our noise cancellation. We'll give that a go. So it's a green color now. Is that the noise cancellation mode? What do you guys think? Did you notice the difference? So there are some cons. I'll just go through a couple of those. There's no limiter. As an IRL live streamer, we don't have any control over sudden bursts of loud noise. Now, fortunately, it has a feature called sound pressure level of up to 115 decibels. What that means is the audio won't actually distort until that level. 120 is where you're starting to go deaf. So it can actually handle quite a lot. This was the first mic where I noticed that stat, and we're starting to see higher sound pressure levels in newer models from other companies. With the combination of a limiter, you're going to see a lot of improvement with these wireless microphone systems for IRL. Anyway, I did have a scoring system which I've talked about in my live streams where I rated all the different mics. Keep in mind that no mic is going to have 100%. I've given the Ulanzi 52%, which puts it right in the middle. I still recommend it. Think it is a great mic, value for money. The Hotspot like M2, I've given it a 71%. I just found out one other cool feature. Normally when you have a receiver plugged into the phone, you won't be able to hear the speaker. For example, if you've got TTS with the Moblin app, you won't be able to hear that audio, but you can with the Hotspot like M2. Let's try that out.
Cliff Breed says, thank you to these fine folks for supporting the channel.
Not bad, eh? Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in the series where we'll be covering everything you need to know about IRL live streaming. In the last couple of videos I showed you how to set up the streaming apps you need for your phone and home PC, and how to stream from one to the other using the best codec and protocol while on a local network. Today I'm going to show you how to do that when you're away from home, so you can do a proper IRL live stream. The approach you'll be taking is free, but involves things like port forwarding and firewall permissions. So if that sounds like a big no thanks, maybe consider this other way, link in the description. For everyone else, let's go over a few things that are vital for this kind of connection to work. We'll start with an example you should be familiar with, connecting to Wi-Fi. When you connect your phone to a Wi-Fi router for the first time, you normally search for the SSID of the router and then enter your password. In the background, the router confirms your details and assigns an ID to your phone so it can identify it from everything else connected to the Wi-Fi. The phone is now part of a local network, which is like a bubble where the internet from the outside world enters your home through the router, which it then distributes to your phone and other devices. Make sense? The same thing happened when you connected your home PC to the router using an Ethernet cable, although you get to bypass the whole SSID and password part. A computer that's connected directly to a router is pretty trustworthy, since you can actually see the cable with your own eyes from the home PC to the router. But the router has to remember which is which when it comes to your phone and the home PC. It does this using an ID system of sorts called IPv4 addresses. For our needs, we only care about the IP address of the home PC, which has the streaming software we want to broadcast. Wow, finally. Oh my gosh. Let's see. We have returned. Wow. Out of all the places that I've live streamed, this has probably been one of the roughest here in Auckland. Connection has been rough as. And I've reconfigured it so many times. I'm hoping that this one will be okay. But Parnell Rose Gardens, fingers crossed it's going to be okay. Okay, so note for myself, I've got the Action 4 Mic Mini, video and audio, going through the S23 Ultra into the iPhone. We're back on Moblin. iPhone has a SIM card in it, and it's connected to the Wi-Fi hotspot of the S23. So that's my usual setup, I think. We did try this earlier, but we were getting the stuttering audio. So I'm just hoping that we're going to be okay, because I can't really switch around again. Ooh. Boy, that's a throwback. I haven't had that in a while. Okay, so we need to plug in the Ultra. What kind was that? Mango orange, yeah. Ultra needs power. 26%. Super fast charging. Okay, I'm going to pop this on the outside and hope we'll be okay. So no longer using the Bella. I did. I was hoping that it would come in a bit later, because I was trying to get to level 42, you know, the meaning of life, and level 42, the 80s band. And I was about a couple 100,000 points short, so I was close. The update came through and then I jumped straight up to 58. I was like, ah. Okay, how are we doing for time? It's 3:24, so there's half an hour left. Are we? Alright, so we've been through here, looked at all the food places. They're looking a bit quieter now. Things are wrapping up. Folks probably headed home. I got just what's this little area? I need to quickly go through all of these. Okay, so we're here, this area. Rose Gardens, Farmers Market, Upcycle Garden Challenge, Greenhouse Marquee. I've sort of seen most of this. It's not huge. Can get around. Sweet Ash Choice Baker, that's a great name. Raglan Kettle Corn, that's what I could smell earlier. Oh really? What? Nice. I live vicariously through your level. I was saying, if only I could just wait another week or so, that'd be perfect. And then poof, went through level 58. Ah, I mean, it's cool. I am yellow. Although in terms of colours, blue is my favourite colour. In fact, when I look at all the gyms around the city, it's mostly blue. I don't know why I chose yellow. Oh, the gym leader or your What's his name? Your trainer that you get. He looked like a pretty happy guy, so I went with him. Boo! You're blue, Jim. Okay. You'd do well here then. There's lots of blue gyms all over. The yellows get smashed, and the red. If I ever open up another account, I'll make it a blue one. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Spark is the yellow guy. I like that guy, that's why I chose him. Otherwise I probably would have gone with blue. I forget who blue is. He had a friendly face. Oh, this is the greenhouse, okay. Workshop in progress. Have a nosy. Oh, that little footpath, that's new. What is that? Right there. Candles? Yeah, I think they're making candles. Riparian. Oh, yep. That's good. Yeah, here's one of my first strongest. Riparian. Let's see. Who's that blue shark dude? The blue shark dude. And having a quick look. Candles on coil. Roses, okay. Oh, I should spin while I'm here. There is a gym. Should I do a screen share? That's a bit risky though. Okay, let's risk it. Why not? Come on, yeah, it's a bit slow. Blue gym. Korean War menu. Oh, okay. Definitely have to spin. And then I haven't caught any today. I wish we were doing this earlier. Oh, that's it. Over there. Should we use it like home PC from OBS Studio in the last video, where it's known as a server IP 192.168.119. Using this bit of information, we could broadcast a video from our phone to the home PC, but where does it go from there? That's where the server port comes in. Basically, a port can only be used by one desktop app at a time, and while OBS is open, the port number of 4455 is bound to OBS. In other words, by using a combination of server IP and server port, we know our broadcast from our phone is going to the correct PC and desktop app on the local network. All good? Extending this concept to a remote connection isn't too different from what I've just described, but there's a couple of barriers that can get in the way. Let's go over some of those now, starting with what happens when you turn off the Wi-Fi on your phone. Yes, but not today. If you could remind me next time, as my setup is so fragile right now. Looks like the littlest thing could crash everything. So I'm gonna have to turn off my screen in order to cool my phone down a little bit. It's been playing up all day. So there's my oh yeah, cool. Yeah. So I've had to turn the phone off. It was getting really hot. I got a red fire icon, which could mean my phone would overheat and restart. That would end the stream. So yeah, I've turned the screen off, hoping that that's going to help cool the phone down. Actually, I'll take it out of the case as well. Oh, whoa, really?
It's a new market, you know.
So do you walk to that gym, or do you, like in the car, try and do a spin as you go around the roundabout? Okay, gonna open my app up again, see if it's still red. Still red. Gonna turn some widgets off. Turn that one off, turn that one off, turn this one off. See if that'll help. It also means that I can't move. I'd be stuck. And I want to try and cover everything before they close. So I should have done that while I was trying to get this up and running again. But it's another learning lesson. May have seen everything now. Okay, go check. We're still red. Yeah, it's still red.
Yes, that's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Upcycle gun. Oh, that's where it is. Tradies rest. Normally not long at all. I dialed in the settings and everything so that it would go back to yellow. But I think by having the SIM card in the iPhone, that contributes to overheating. Still red. Doesn't feel hot. It feels normal. Feels okay. Oh, now we're yellow. Ah, okay, all good. No worries. Alright, so appear to be doing better. Yellow fire icon. I'll take that wooden path, go back this way.
Just meet up with her, that's the person. You don't meet up with her, always cancel.
I wonder what that is. Looks like Indian or Mexican, maybe Inuit, native. I'm not sure. Could ask, but he looks busy. Busy's good. Another phone check. How are we doing? Yellow. Screen share. Let's see. RTMP is about 6. That's good. SRT 3. That's bonded. Not so good. Go along this little wooden footpath. Oh, what are they doing? Oh no. I thought they were ripping up all the trees. That'd be a shame. Hey there. Oh, okay, I can see they're probably trying to open up a view rather than have these tall trees, add some sort of bushes instead. They at least cover up where those tracks are. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah, those tracks are an eyesore. But if you could just sort of look out and see the water, that'd be good.
Oh, you know what? It's up that way. Yeah.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. So, setup seems to be doing okay. See that footpath there takes you down to the beach. Won't do that this time around. Don't feel like to walk up quite a steep hill. May have seen everything now. Oh, I know. There was one section past the food stalls we missed, so I'll go that way. They might still be open. A lot of these are.
Yeah. I think that's all it is.
No estás aquí arriba en el mapa.
How's the iPhone doing for battery? 44%. Okay. Yeah, it's on yellow fire icon, but I think I might plug it in. Just give it a boost. Hi, Mike. SETUP. Connect back during IRL. You know why SETUP doesn't connect back during IRL? Have to stop and start again on IRL Pro when it doesn't.
Do you want to run down the hill here?
Is it auto scene switching? So what I do when I go live is, let's see, I start streaming, let's say an IRL Pro. Well, actually, I would open up all my desktop apps. So that's OBS, StreamerBot, and Loopy SETUP. So those apps are open when I leave, and when I get to my destination, if I only had my Android, then I open up IRL Pro. Click the Go Live button in there, and then Loopy SETUP would switch OBS to the starting soon scene, and then I would use a chat command to switch from starting soon. Well, I'd use one to start, go live in OBS, and then another one to go to the Cam 1 or live scene. So we're all up and running, live streaming. If it disconnects, yeah, that's unusual. It should. I would say check your settings. Make sure that it has the correct scene there for Cam 1. All your scenes, you know, so like I'm using Loopy SETUP today. So if I stop streaming in Moblin, so let's just do that now. The idea is the same, even though I'm not using IRL Pro today. If I stop streaming in my IRL app, then Loopy SETUP is going to detect that there's no connection and switch scenes. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream and I'll be right back. That doesn't matter. You don't need a Belabox. So there's a problem with your Loopy SETUP if it's not switching. So it doesn't matter if you've got an iPhone, if you've got a Belabox, if you've got an IRL Pro, Android. Loopy SETUP, all it's doing is it's checking the media source to see if whatever is being sent into it is glitching. And then it's going to switch to BRB. When it's no longer glitching, switch back. So there's something wrong with your Loopy SETUP, but it should switch back. How's our Ultra? 26%, is that all? Okay, well I give up on that then. Oh yeah, so I'll do that test. Stop, end stream, be right back. Yep, it should do that too. It should do that as well. Router. Your internet access switches to a cellular connection from your mobile provider, so your phone is no longer within the same bubble or local network as the home PC. And because of this, the server IP and server port that worked before are no longer accessible. In order to connect to the home PC remotely, you have to go through the router first. Yeah. So our Loopy City auto scene switched actually to all three things. We were on cam 1, went to low bit rate, then went to BRB. So it did all that switching for us. And back to cam 1. Config setting, something's wrong there. Stream Buddy is still open. Close it. Now, did that pop up twice? Yeah, it looks like they're wrapping up. Good event. Good turnout. That's going on there. It's our microphone.
To your garden and get them going over summer. This is the best time of year for plants to get away, so to grow. So what a wonderful opportunity to take some natives or some plants home. We have still got some there for the final
Scene bypass.
of this year's Parnell Festival of Roses.
Scene bypass is a scene where, let's see, is where you don't want it to be affected by any scene switching.
Scan the QR code, a couple of simple questions on today's event and future events.
So I think I've got that set up to my... Well, it depends on how you've got things hooked up. But I have bypass set up on my starting soon and my ending soon scenes. So that's one example. Let's suppose I have my web camera on those scenes, or my IRL camera. So if I didn't have it there, it would auto scene switch while I'm on my starting scene. So regardless of the connection, I don't want to do anything, you know.
From the Parnell Festival
So you might also
of
have
Roses 2025, and there's also some natives there as part
Well, let's
of
say you
the
have a special
urban
scene.
Ngāhere strategy in their marquee there.
They might have your camera on it, and you don't want it to auto switch there as well. That's another option. It's a little bit harder for me because I can't see it at the moment. Just going off memory, you know.
2025 Parnell Festival of Roses. I do invite and encourage your feedback.
Don't remember.
Please scan the QR
I would check my video. Everything that I've got in there is what I'm basically using. If you check out my latest Lupiacity video, I go through all the config settings.
Grow your garden over summer, and there's still a few natives as part of the urban hard-hitting strategy.
Yeah, if I was at home I could have a look and tell you, but can't really do that at the moment, I'm afraid.
And that is a beautiful face painting there. You look absolutely beautiful.
So you put in your live cam, your BRB, starting, ending scene scenes, and what else? What else was there? Just having a look. Oh, it looks like the thumbnail thing worked. Okay, that's good to know. Videos. So in Restream you can set up a thumbnail for your YouTube live. You can put it in there before you go live. Unfortunately, there's what do you call it, watermark, unless you upgrade. Lupiacity. Errors. No Alps, Loopy.
Absolutely amazing. The workshops, the community, the craft market, we've still got a few left, complimentary plants from the plant bar to take home.
Yeah, everything's in that Lupiacity video. What's that? Mike! Thank you for that.
What you would like to see at future events. We've also got some prizes to incentivize you doing that survey.
Thank you for subscribing for 1 month. I'm just looking at the video now. Looking at it on my other phone. So, yeah, this is all the download steps.
The Parnell Festival of Roses, looking forward to next year already. So please grab yourself a complimentary plant, grow your garden.
Installation steps, okay. I think I'm already looking at that. Aren't these pretty?
Give your feedback and be in to win one of the big prizes. The grand prize, in fact, is a $500 ticket package.
Yeah, the thing is you've got to watch it carefully. That's the thing. It's very easy to miss like one little step that's going to throw it off. Okay, scene okay. That's your live scene. So mine is scene cam 1. Scene fails your BRB scene. Scene intro. Media source. So that has to be correct. Have you got it set up to 1 or 2 cameras?
scan the QR code. Give your feedback on today and what you'd like to see.
Well, it's all. But there's something wrong with your config.
And grow your garden over summer. So I've got the official update. We've got 4 remaining. It's 4 o'clock. Okay, but 4 plants also remaining at 4. 4 from 4. And also we are starting to close down. It's from the face painting side.
Now, is it this a video though? That's the thing. I'm going to close. It depends which video you're watching, because I've got a couple on Loopy. How do I share? Share? Copy link. Open up the Kick app.
He helps shape Auckland, so we encourage you, if you want to shape future events, please fill out the survey. Radio, 4 o'clock it is, just over 4 plants remaining, and around that number.
So have a look at that link. That's the video that I'm referring to. And just double check everything.
Thank you for your participation. You have been absolutely wonderful and adorable here at the Parnell Festival
Yeah, I know.
of Roses.
There's a guy there that looks like someone I know, but no, someone else. Excuse me. Need to sit down. Need a breather. Oh, there's someone with a phone. I wonder how their connection's been. Or is this a photo? Probably a photo. Can Loopy City go from BRB? Yep, I just demonstrated it. I just did that before. When I went to BRB, I did all 3. Went from Cam 1 to low bit rate, BRB. I started streaming again and it came back. So that was all Loopy City. So yeah, it works. Oy. %98 battery, so we're good on Action 4. I can unplug that. And it's all based off that video that I shared in KickChat. It's all in there. Yeah, let's go over here. Okay, put this one away. I'll pop it on charge again. Pop it on charge again. Okay. Got cables. Doggo. So yes, it can. Can do that. Have another look. Look at this video. Low bit rate. Okay, yep. So low bit rate, web sockets. Bind port, yep. Bind port. Scene okay, I've got it as my cam 1 scene. Check your media source 1, so media source 1, source cam 1. So those two places. Scene fail PRB. Scene intro, starting scene scene. Scene bypass, starting scene, ending scene, and privacy. Yeah, OBS blade, okay. Alright, I'll check the other video. Oh, man. Loopy SRT errors. Copy the link. Config. Okay. WebSocket password. Okay.
Oh, pag kumita ka naman, bumili ka na, Oh. Kaya nga, pag kumita ka, umuwi ka na, bumili ka ng pagkain.
Could it be the port numbers? Something to do with them.
Yeah, like those massive
There's a second video on Loopy SRT. It is more related towards errors that you might encounter, but I also do like a very quick setup of Loopy SRT. It's kind of like the cheap and nasty sort of version of it, whereas the first one is a lot more comprehensive. So I think I don't even include bypass scenes and a few other things, but at least you can sort of check that. Now if my IRL Pro worked, I could demonstrate it here too, but my IRL Pro is broken. Yeah, worst case scenario, I might have to start over. Start over with that first video link that I shared. But yeah, it's supposed to handle all that for you. I'll also do a test from home. Turn off the Wi-Fi and use purely your mobile data, and then try that. Check what's happening inside a loop SRT, what messages it's giving you. It should tell you what scene you're on, what scene you change to, and then back again. Oh, that's what happened there. Yep, no, that's not good. That is not good. What are you doing to manually disconnect and reconnect? What does that mean? What do you mean manually disconnect, reconnect? What are you doing in IRL Pro to do that? So you just have to stop and start. So this connects. I need a way to test that. So whereas before I press stop and then start. So that forces go to BRB. So when you do that, it works, right? So if you press stop and then press start, it does auto scene switch then. It's just if while you're out and about. Okay, so part of it's working. Interesting. I don't know. I'm wondering, is that what I do? Okay, I'm going to be a little more mindful of it. So if that happens now, then I'll check to see what I'm doing. Like, it has been rough here, but it's been okay lately. You know, my phone and everything's been alright. Like, I am sure I don't do that. Okay. I just need to plug in my iPhone. Needs a charge. Currently plugged into the Bella. So I will plug that in. Oopsie. The same time. Boy. That is interesting. No, I think mine does that. Although Have I hooked up my loop user too? I think I may have. I may have connected it to Belabox, so it's running off the bit rate from there. I don't remember, because I know I was looking at that at one point. I don't know if I stuck with it, or if I've gone with the default way, which is just to check the media source, see if it's glitching. But I didn't really, no, actually I think I turned it off. Yes, I am using the default way of auto scene switching. Oh man. Yeah, I think I went back to the default way. I'll have a look when I get home how mine's scene switching. 'Cause I know I was curious about it. How does it work with Belabox? I need that info, Cliff. Well, the thing is, I'm not really sure if it's actually working.
I can sit here because I'm so big.
Because we've gone BRB a couple of times. I don't recall pressing stop and start when we went BRB. It just came back. Alright, we'll just walk around here and we'll find out, eh? What I'll do is I won't press go live if it disconnects. Yeah, I understand now. Yeah, we've disconnected it a few times, but I've also switched out my gear lots of different ways as well. So we've had the Belabox, we've had Action 4, USB-C to the Belabox, we've had RTMP, Action 4 to the Belabox, RTMP to the iPhone. So this setup seems to be working now. We'll stick with this. If it goes BRB, I'll keep an eye on it. But I'm pretty sure that it just comes back. I don't have to press. Ugh. Man. Okay, right. Have I dropped anything? No. Ooh. The easiest way for me to take photos is with the Moblin snap feature. Moblin snapshots. So we'll do that. Fortunately with the Action 4, it's very wide. So I'm going to really get that sort of bokeh look. PC for you, which is called port forward. The first step is to get the external IP address of your home router, which you can do while you're still connected to the local network, preferably on the home PC. Perform a browser search. I have BRB. Another accounts. There again, the stuttering. No, stuttering. We are back. I didn't press the stop and start go live button, so I didn't do that. But I also don't know if it counts, because I switched to the camera app to take a photo with the iPhone. That's when it went to BRB. So I don't know. Maybe it counts, because that's OBS telling. Well, that's Loop SRT telling OBS to switch scenes and then switch back again. No, I swiped out of the app that I'm using for live streaming, which is called Moblin. And then I took a photo with the camera app. So when I did that, that's when Loop SRT switched to BRB. And then I switched back to Cam 1. And during that time I didn't stop and go live again. So that must be Loop SRT doing that. But ideally, I'd like it to do that when I'm not opening up a different app. So if I did that while I'm still inside of Moblin, then that would be like preferred. No, I didn't touch Moblin. I just did that. You know what I mean though, eh? So I've got Moblin open now. I want to use the normal camera app, so I swipe out of Moblin. Don't close it. I just swipe up, open up the camera app, take a photo, then I come back to Moblin. That's what I did. So there was no start and stop streaming. No switching to Cam 1 or anything. It's just open a different app. Open a different app. Yep. But remember, it's not the app, it's not the phone or what you're using. It's Loop SRT. That's switching. So whatever I'm using, whether it's an iPhone or Android, that doesn't matter. Because your computer doesn't know what you're using. IRL Pro runs in the background. Does it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it does. My IRL Pro hasn't worked for a while, so I'm a bit rusty on it. But usually when I had IRL Pro open, I had it open all the time. I was looking at the screen to read chat. Just change my camera settings. Color, go to 2, sharpness, -1, -1. Come on, turn off scene. Oh, the phone's slow. So slow. Stutter. This result should tell you what it is. Jangan stop stream, but the DJ device is starting open. How's our audio? Audio better? Yeah, I think so. Some girls over there with a Pocket 3 doing a low to the ground video or live or something. Love it, right? Yeah, be easy on the iPhone. I think the connection's been better since we've put the SIM card in the iPhone. iPhone has been warmer in terms of the temperature, but in terms of the stream, yeah, big difference. B. So these are called icebergs. So they're outside. They're just yeah, I think I turned the screen off. Oh, actually, I do need to. Don't want the stream ending soon. That's what happened before. Weather. $22. Look. Now, I think I might have a Command CD off. maybe that one will only work through Twitch chat. So I'm just going to have to switch from Kit to Twitch chat. No confirmation. Countdown off. No, okay, don't remember. I will just leave it. I will continue. So low bit rate, cam 1. Okay, how's our ultra doing? Just wonder if I can use it again for photos. Excuse me. 37% battery. So in order to add more background blur, I just zoomed in. That'll blur out the background a bit. That's quite the lens. So to your 10 times zoom. My lens might be dirty. Actually, I'll just leave it. You'll get the VPN address instead of the external IP address for the router. Okay, open a plain text editor like Notepad or TextEdit, paste the result into your plain text editor and rearrange them into this format. Yes. It was a similar back. No, it didn't crash because then I would have had to press go live. So something happened when I switched apps. Oh, okay, that is for sure. Scene switching because of Loopy City. Yep, so we're definitely getting scene switching. We've gone BOB, Cam 1. Okay. Rock and roll. That can't be a breed of rose.
I want to push. What's it?
Can it?
Relax.
What scene are we on?
Ian is already sitting and relaxing. Yeah. Careful. No, not like that. Push back. Go back.
Listen to dun, 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 dun. I think I am good. I have a nosy to see time the next bus is across the road. I should have done that before. MediaTek Live. How's it going? Hey, thank you. Lots of issues today with our connection, but mostly fine. Doggos. Sunday 48. Said here. Monday to Friday, 1848. on hour. 17:18. It's another 20 minutes. 18 and 48. What's that, every half hour? Hey bot, are we back or what? I should only see their message if we're BRB. Or we had another breakage. I know, I'll press cam 1. Glass to glass monitoring? Okay. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. What could they mean then? At least using glass to glass monitoring. I don't know what they could mean. So we've been along this way, go more in towards the middle. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, okay. I think I get you. Let me try to check that again. So it wasn't a typo. Blaster glass monitoring is just watching the stream on my screen. So my eyes to the screen. Okay. Yep, that's awesome. Just glad you're able to tune in. We're kind of wrapping up here. I think we're seeing most of the different types of flowers and roses. Ah, okay. All good. These kind of like a brownie color. Whoa, that's very vibrant, that one. I need to give you a nickname. Not really reading your name out correctly. That should be better. Well, I tried to do the one where the photos are transferred with my camera, but the connection here just isn't strong enough. I have to use my other portable modem for that as well, the Nighthawk, for those to work, and I couldn't get it to my camera to connect to it via 5 gigahertz. The photos pop through real fast that way, but it would only use 2.4. It was taking forever. So yeah, real pain. Sure, if I was using FTP it would have been sweet. Yeah, although for roses, it's one of the occasions where you'd want it in colour. You can get moody vibes with black and white photos and roses, but you know, look at all this colour. Actually, I'm a real big fan of dark and vibrant. One of my friends from way back, Shane, shout out to Shane, introduced me to that look. And so you've got a lot of darkness, and the colours are real vibrant, so it's perfect for it. Well, yeah, portrait, street photography, anything that's sort of grungy looking. But you can also do it with flowers and roses. Okay. That one. Try it again. Oh, it's not working. Why is that? Yep, don't know. Alright, that might be it. Might be us. I think I'm going to head towards the bus stop. We'll do a wrap up over there. I can do it here. Well, folks. Got the light drizzle happening. I want to thank you all for joining me today at the Parnell Festival of Roses as it's called now. Been a nice day. Even the showers we've had, they've been alright. There's a light shower now. It's quite cooling actually. I am a fan. It's not so bad that I'm worried about my gear. It's just very light. Yeah, we've had a lot of connectivity issues. Although this one that I'm using at the moment seems to be the better option of everything else. I don't recall if I used this one. I'm pretty sure I did right at the beginning. Oh no, I didn't, because I didn't have a SIM card in the iPhone. Yeah, so maybe I should have just started with this. Yeah, we've switched out. Switch to this, switch to that. This and that. all sorts. Belabox, webcam mode, non-webcam mode, you name it, we've tried it. I think I'll do a debrief tomorrow. So on Mondays I do a members only live stream on YouTube, and then I've had some tutorials, streamer bot, all sorts. So I'll do a debrief, and then I had something else planned. But yeah, compared to Armageddon, this one was a lot harder. Connectivity was worse here. Armageddon was no problem here. It's smashed. Oh, it's smashed. Lots of times. Heaps of technical issues. Main thing is really enjoyed our time here. You know, the Rose Festival is always lovely. Get in touch with nature, you know. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I don't think I got my my alerts and what happened from earlier when we did the first stream. Let's see if we can find oh yeah, so Mike subscribed for 1 month. Thank you Mike. That's all that's showing in my alerts. Anyway, yeah, so MO stream tomorrow, members only. That is members only Monday. So mum stream tomorrow. And then the usual stream on a Friday. So no events that I can recall. Maybe Christmas in a park and Santa Parade, all that sort of stuff towards Christmas, you know, but I can't recall anything. Thank you, Mike. But I'll keep an eye out, see if there's something else that we can do. So there's an activity of sorts. Anyway, I'm going to tap the button. Tapping the button. Alright, so thank you Mike, thank you for the questions, thank you for subscribing, thank you for popping in, MediaTek, who else popped in, Mossy, others. Watch the videos, you didn't cover the part from disconnect back. It's there, everything is there. So once you've set it up, Loop SETUP will handle disconnect and reconnecting. In fact, it's happened a couple of times while you're watching the videos. We've disconnected, come back, and that's without me touching it. So Loop SETUP is doing it. So I don't know. Maybe save your config file, put it to a side, and then start from scratch. I know you don't want to do that, but give that a go. No, I don't think so. Because remember, it is Loop SETUP checking the media source on OBS. So that's how it knows there's a problem. Anyway, there's a problem with the media source, so we'll go to low bit rate or go to BRB, and then I'll come back. Alright, thanks guys. We'll see you next time.